guys, I'm back with a new kind of video. Today I'll be reacting to the trailer Inside Out Part 2. So, before you type this new uncharted territory, feel free to subscribe. Yes, it means a lot. I don't know, I guess you get the videos, but like, symbolically it means a lot to me. So anyway, if you guys have seen any of my other videos, you know that I'm a huge fan of Pixar. I even did a whole thing where I ranked the Pixar movies. And I think Inside Out was actually one of the top 5. I'll link that down below to check that video out. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm actually kind of hyped up for part 2. See, don't get me wrong, I do feel like Disney has been struggling the past few years. I feel like the last movie I liked was like Soul, which is back in 2020. So 4 years since I found a Pixar movie that I really enjoyed. That's not great. But I feel like the main issue is that Disney tends to rely too much on their past success instead of trying to actually write new content that people like. Like, I feel like they can make a lot of great sequels if they just like try to have good writing instead of just trying to piggyback off what they already wrote and like try and toss the same movie at us. And then they get so surprised when we don't want to watch the same thing again. I don't know. But I feel like this one could generally have some potential because like Inside Out is about how people grow over time and develop emotions, I guess, like an emotional journey. And now that Riley seems to be becoming a teenager, there's definitely emotional journey there that there's a lot they could be doing with this. It has a lot of potential. So without further ado, let's check it out.
Joy, coming to you live in Riley's mind.
Oh my god, Joy's taking over again. We all know this one so well last time.
Our little girl's growing up so fast. Ow. Sorry.
Oh my god, I was a braces kid. I can totally relate. It's so painful. Especially as a teenager when you're feeling really insecure. Braces are just like the icing on the cake. This is gonna be crazy.
I'm anxiety. Where can I put my stuff?
Ooh, I like the drama with the new emotion.
There. Oh yeah, not happening. That's ennui. On what?
It's what you would call the boredom.
What's your name, big fella? That's embarrassment.
Okay, so they've introduced 4 new emotions: embarrassment, ennui, anxiety, and what's the other one? Oh, envy. See, I don't know, cause like I feel like they don't need 4, cause like they're kind of spreading themselves far too much, right? Cause last time they really focused on like the drama between happy and sad, and they were really able to explore the emotional journey there. But 4 emotions might be too much. I feel like they don't need 4, like especially embarrassment, cause like in the first movie, there was even a scene where Fear seems to have embarrassment in himself already. Like they don't need to create a separate embarrassment for this. Like remember that one scene in the first movie, right? Where Fear is like listing all the things that could go wrong.
Spontaneous combustion or getting called on by the teacher.
And like embarrassment is part of that. So like there's nothing really new being brought with this guy showing up. No, I could be wrong. Then also I don't feel like they need envy, because in the first movie they showed Disgust having like that ability, because there was like a scene where they have the Mean Girls and Disgust is trying to deal with it. I feel like she has like envy in her already. Obviously, anxiety and ennui, I could see that being genius right there. If they focus on those two, that's definitely part of the teenage experience. Cause like first off, anxiety is not fear. It's when you get really nervous for no reason. Like fear gets nervous like for reasons. People get anxiety because it's like a mental illness that they can't control. So I feel like they could explore a lot there if they're gonna go and show that with Riley. And ennui, that's gotta be the most teenage thing I've ever heard. Like, you know, like we all have that moment in our teenage years where we want to just be out of this world. We don't want to do anything. We just want to lie around. Like that's the most teenage thing ever.
Joy, I'm just curious. Maybe I could.
Oh brother, Joy taking over the console. This is totally gonna go right.
That's not going to haunt us for the rest of our lives at all. Get emotions than all of you.
Oof, that was so mean. What is happening?
Bottle us up?
We are suppressed of ocean!
That's such a funny pun. I love puns. Like, honestly, all the puns I had in the first one were great. This is great. It makes sense too, because like when people get like anxiety as like a mental illness, they can't just use other emotions to get rid of it. It takes over everything. It suppresses them literally. Like this is genius right here. I really hope they tap into this idea of anxiety being like a villain who controls Riley.
Well, that's a preview of the next 10 years.
Come on, Riley, pizza. Have I ever steered you wrong before? Many times.
See, I love how viewers have steadily developed the ability to like stand up against joy. That's great.
Sarcasm. Boy, are we so lucky we ran into you guys. Boy, are we so lucky we ran into you guys.
I love it. I actually think it could be decent. Like, granted, I feel like they might be doing a lot with 4 emotions, but there's a lot to explore in the teenage years. It's a huge emotional journey, and I love to see if Pixar can make me get close to crying again. Alright, see ya.